Okay guys, so we are doing a no makeup look today. I posted this picture on my Instagram a little bit ago when I was in Pittsburgh, and a lot of people messaged me or really liked it, friends of course, so I thought I would just hop on real quick and kind of show you how I get that like no makeup look, because this is what I start with. It does not look like that, obviously. And this is also really easy because like everybody wants that like fresh, effortless, no makeup look for summer. Nobody really wants to look like heavy. So, with that being said, I've already cleansed and moisturized my face. Let me put my bangs back. I'm gonna put my bangs back. I have already cleansed and moisturized my face. I use an oil to moisturize my face. That's just what I have found that my skin has been liking recently. You moisturize however you would like. And we're going to start with primer. I'm using the No Problem primer from Touch in Sol. This is one, again, that I've just really been enjoying using. It kind of starts off jelly and then like goes to this really like satiny matte finish. And then for foundation, so I'm still a very medium to full coverage kind of person, even in the summer, only because I really like that kind of like even skin tone. As you can see, I have like a lot of pimples and scarring and acne and gross, so I just really like that kind of like even look, so I use a lot of medium to full coverage. For foundation today, I'm using the ColourPop No Filter foundation mixed with a couple drops of the Total Control Drop Foundation from NYX. I don't think I own any foundation that's my actual skin tone in any season, and so oftentimes when I guess to purchase a light foundation, it is either too light or too dark, so I do have 1 or 2 bottles of like unbelievably white and really dark foundation to kind of even it out. So I'll be mixing 3 or 4 pumps of the ColourPop No Filter foundation with 3 drops of Cappuccino Total Control NYX drop foundation. And then just with a foundation brush, you're going to mix it up on whatever palette you have. I'm using just a sheet of foil. Just because it's easy and disposable. You're just going to use a foundation brush to mix it up and then paint streaks on your face just to make sure you get an even application. And then once you have painted your foundation on, take a wet beauty sponge and pounce to blend it all out and make sure you have an even complexion. And then if you need any more coverage, just take your foundation brush and paint a little bit more on wherever you feel like you need to build up the coverage. Like, I always feel like it's on my cheeks. Next, you're going to fill in your eyebrows. I like to use a brow powder. This one is from the Brow Gal by Tanya Crooks. You can use a pencil, you can use a pomade, you can use whatever. I just personally think that the brow powder leaves your eyebrows looking a little like soft and very photogenic. Photogenic, and it makes them leaving a little bit more like natural looking, softer. Once you have your eyebrows done, I did mine a little bit heavier, I feel like, today than I normally do. I don't know. Sometimes, I mean, eyebrows are luck of the draw, I feel like sometimes. Moving on to eyeshadow, since we want that like no makeup look, you're going to do something very easy, very effortless. I'm going to prep my eyes with some concealer. I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. Boop, boop. And then just blending that out with the beauty sponge real quick. Setting that very lightly with some setting powder. This is a humble jumbled mess of samples as well as NYC Smooth Skin Loose Face Powder. And I'm using it because I'm trying to do this thing where I actually use up all of my products before I buy more. And this was first on the docket. How is that going? I'm struggling. Okay. Now for that effortless no makeup look, you're going to want to take a neutrals palette. You can use the Urban Decay Naked palette, you can use the W7 Color Me Buff palette. You can use this Alter Ego Temptress palette, which I have a discount code, put it in the description box. So I really like this one. It is a dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette, but you can do dramatic, you can do neutral looks, you can do pretty much anything with it, and that's why I really like it. But in the picture that I posted, I was wearing this. This palette is really good to travel with. So I first took Uptown, and I'm just taking a clean blender brush. This one's from Wet n Wild. It's 99 cents. It's nothing fancy. I'm taking Uptown, which is like a cool toned brown. And I'm going to be putting that in/above my crease very lightly to just add a little bit of like depth and definition to my eye. Like, if anything, you see this like fold right here on my eye, that like half hooded part that I always talk about. That's what I'm taking this Uptown, this like cool tone brown, and putting it on there, is to kind of trick the viewer's eyes, or the person that I'm like conversing with or talking to, or just like the general public, to push this like protruding like flap, or this like hoodedness, like back a little bit. That's what I mean whenever I'm talking about like giving my eye depth, is to kind of like use the shadow of the eyeshadow to push anything that's coming forward back. So after that is to your liking. Yeah, I'm okay with that. You're going to take any of the light shimmer shades. So you could take Seduction, Champagne, you could take Ritz, you could even go with like a Mistress, but I think that's getting a little like too dark. For today's look, I'm going to go with Champagne, which is like a rose colored, like a rose goldy colored eyeshadow. And I'm just going to take my finger and I'm just going to put that all on the lid. And there, that was my eyeshadow for that day. Super simple, super quick, just kind of looks a little bit more polished than like a blank lid. Okay, so our eyeshadow is done. We're not putting any liner on because I feel like for that no makeup look, liner sometimes looks a little harsh. If you really felt like you needed liner, you could go in with a darker eyeshadow and an angled brush and kind of like smudge some on, and or you could go in with like a brown pencil, or, you know, like a pencil to add a little bit of like a light liner. However, I feel like if you're doing the no makeup, beachy look, liner isn't always necessary. So moving on to concealer, full coverage type of person, because people think no makeup means no flaws on your face at all. So going in with that Infallible Full Wear Concealer, and I'm not going to do, so usually I go in pretty heavy with my concealer. For the no makeup, I really just do like an apostrophe, like from the corner of my eye outside of my dark circles. And then if you have any like blemishes that you need to cover up, you can dot it there. I like to take a brush and blend out the concealer first and then go in with your makeup sponge. Then lightly set the under eyes with your translucent powder and a small powder brush. Because especially in the heat of the summer, you melt. On to bronzer. I am going to be using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is in the shade bronzer. I know that they have a couple different shades. They have like a light shade, a bronzer, and then like a darker shade or two. This one is just bronzer. 6676, if you will. And I'm taking an e.l.f. face powder brush. It is just a large complexion brush, and this is what I'm going to use to bronze my face. I have really been enjoying taking like a slightly lighter toned bronzer. I would argue this is a slightly lighter toned bronzer. For any of you fair skin toned people out there, I love Hoola Light, and that is like dark enough for my skin. I would say that this regular bronzer shade is like on that spectrum, if you will. But I've been loving using like bronzer with like big powder complexion brushes, especially like this summer, because I feel like it gives me that like glowy look and a little bit of like a contour without being like contour, you know? Does that make sense? Like, that's how I feel. I feel like especially in summer, the bronzer is what like gives you that like no makeup look, you know? It adds life to your face. It gives you that little bit of color that everybody wants from tanning without actually having to tan. The bronzer really just like makes the look. For the nose, just take that same complexion brush and like squeeze it so it makes like a fat fan brush, and just go on either side of the nose. And there you have it. Bronzed. Alright, for blush, I'm using the Alamar Cosmetics Color It Blush Trio. For the specific look that I am trying to like recreate in this video, I actually used Scorcher. I honestly thought that Scorcher was going to be a little bit too orange for my skin, but it ended up being like the perfect kiss of like sun-kissed glow. Usually I would use Paraiso because that's a little bit more pink and a little bit more my speed, but with like summer coming and having that like slightly sunburnt look almost, and like the cheeks, you know, like you don't want to be flush, but you want to be like slightly sunburnt. Does that make sense? Scorcher was where it was at for me. I'm using an Aesthetica P12, which is like a fluffy tapered brush. And I'm really just concentrating this on like the apples of my cheeks and blending up. For highlight, I'm using the Artist Couture Diamond Glow Powder in Illuminati. I'm using a Morphe E61 to apply this. And I feel like for that sun-kissed, no makeup look, highlight is like essential, because it just, whenever you step into the sunlight or any type of light, it just gives you that like gleam on your face that like everybody kind of wants. Don't forget to put mascara on your eyes. I'm using the Unlashed Volume and Curl Mascara by Wander Beauty. You can lay it on pretty thick because we are not putting false lashes on. And then for lips, you always want something like neutral and glossy, but you need to put something on your lips, because if not, they kind of look like dead and they get lost in the actual like makeup of it all. And so for the look that I'm recreating from my Instagram, I used the Dirty Little Secret lip pencil in Rosy Posy with the Dominique Cosmetics Lemonade lip gloss in Peach Tea. And so that's what we're gonna do today. And then setting spray, using the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. And style your hair and you're done. Okay, and here is the no makeup look. What do we think after my hair is all did and curled and whatnot? What do you guys think? I personally think this is super simple, super easy. I think it looks great in the summer. I think it looks great for like every day especially. It's quick and easy. I know the video doesn't seem quick and easy because like I have to show you all the steps and all the products, but I mean, like, you look glowy, you look highlighted. I don't know. I personally think it's very effortless looking. I think you look polished. I think you look manicured. I think it presents you in a good light without being like over the top. You know what I mean? There's a time and a place for like winged liner, lashes, glitter cut crease, and like red lip. And then there's another time for like subtle eye, mascara only, no liner, and a gloss. You feel me? Like, do you feel me? And I would argue that on a regular basis, the no makeup look is what most of y'all are wearing. Like, don't get me wrong. I love a good glitter cut crease. I love all the Instagram baddies and all the YouTube people out there. Like, I watch and follow them as well. But everybody is just looking for that, like, quick, easy, like, I just have to go out and, like, be acceptable out in public, and I don't want to show my acne and my dark circles. You feel me? Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, give it a big old thumbs up. But let me know what you thought in the comment section. Do you like this look? Do you not like this look? Have you used some of these products? Have you not used some of these products? What would you change? Let me know all of that in the comment section below. Let's start a conversation. I will link all of the products that I used in the description box below, so if any of them tickle your fancy, you can check them out on your own time. As always, please be sure to subscribe and hit the little notification bell. I would hate for you to miss out on another review, tutorial, or unboxing. Thanks so much for watching, guys.